MCAT 2017 Cram, Critical Analysis and Reasoning Skills, Flashcard Set 14.2, Reflections on Leaving Facebook. As you read the passage, you'll notice some highlighted selections of text. What I want you to do is garner meaning from these specific snippets in order to answer the 2 reasoning beyond the text questions that follow. Good luck and happy reading. Paragraph 1. On August 13, 2009, I deactivated my Facebook social networking account. The world remained on its axis, but Facebook's slightly sinister meaning giving the impression that something harmful or evil is happening or will happen, prediction that my friends would miss me turned out to be correct. A torrent of emails and text messages arrived in the days following asking where I had gone. Many asked me to justify why I left, some out of curiosity and some out of shock. Paragraph 2. What most concerns me is not primarily a privacy issue in the sense of concerns about the availability of one's private information in the public domain, though this is a part of it. Instead, I will describe a psychological problem that results from an ontological. These bracketed definitions are not a part of the original text. It's just for more clarity, okay? So ontology is the philosophical study of the nature of being, becoming, or just existence, or reality, as well as the basic categories of being and their relations, okay? So from an ontological consideration of identity. Online and give me time with this word. A phenomenology is the study of subjective experience. It's an approach to psychological subject matter, okay? So I've never heard of that. Account of encountering the other. As Ken Hill argues, the online avatar meaning an icon or figure representing a particular person in computer games and internet forums. And I use this term loosely to include the Facebook profile is not identical with the user. Although the user identifies with this avatar, there is distance maintained between the two. The avatar is a middle ground between image and agent. This is a simple point. However, things start to get more complicated when we consider what this means for encounters between users. If the user is not identical with their avatar, then they are in a relation with only that avatar and the other user's avatar when communicating or interacting online. Paragraph 3. In terms of voyeurism, so I don't want to give you the exact definition of this term, although a lot of people aren't familiar with it, but it means obtaining gratification from spying on some unsuspecting individuals, okay? The result is, I believe, that the main issue is not that of the user being watched, but of the user doing the watching. First, it is obviously the case that users can control what content they post on their profiles. Second, given that the avatar is not identical to the user, what is being seen by the voyeur is not only controlled content, but exists at a remove from the other user. As such, the other user remains out of sight. The user cannot enter into a direct relation with the other user, only with the other user's avatar. This is so confusing. Given these conditions, the problem of voyeurism lies in the direction of voyeurism from the user to the other user's avatar again. It is watching, not the being watched, that is the main cause of concern. Paragraph 4. Facebook allows us to gather substantial amounts of information about other people we know to varying degrees. More than this, it makes possible the monitoring of communications between different people, communications that may or may not have anything to do with the person who has access to them. Also, and perhaps the most uncomfortable element, it is possible to see the photograph albums of users who are not friends in either the traditional or Facebook sense of the word, if they are commented upon by those who are. We are in danger of sleepwalking into a state of voyeurism, whereby we cease to see the difference between what ought to be seen and what can be seen. Without wanting to exaggerate the point, this somnambulist is one who sleepwalks. Voyeurism represents a perturbing meaning disturbing, psychological phenomenon. This desire or need to watch others is a disturbing anxiety, an unhealthy and inauthentic relationship with others. All right. Suggests that the author would least likely opt to become an online user on which of the following? A chat room where political topics are debated. B, an open source encyclopedia written collaboratively by users, I guess like Wikipedia. C, a professional networking site where people post their resumes. I think they're referring to LinkedIn. Or D, a forum where users ask and receive gardening advice. So definitely press pause if you need to, and I'll give you a moment to think. Open up a second window if you're having difficulty answering to search for the tech support to select the correct answer choice. All right. All right, so in this reasoning beyond the text question, you have to apply the ideas in the passage to this new situation presented in the question stem, as well as the new related situations in the answer choices, okay? And furthermore, you have to assess how this new information shifts the central thesis, or how it doesn't in this particular case, all right? So let's first analyze, let's see, I think answer choice C, okay? All right, so paragraph 3 discusses the author's problem with voyeurism on Facebook. And in paragraph 4, the author specifically writes, quote, this somnambulism is sleepwalking, so it's like a metaphor or something. Voyeurism represents a perturbing psychological phenomenon. This desire/need to watch others is a disturbing anxiety and an unhealthy and inauthentic relationship with others, okay? So the passage takes issue with the way that people relate to one another on Facebook and the culture of voyeurism that's promoted. So a professional networking site allowing exchange of career-related information for pragmatic purposes is much less impersonal than a forum like Facebook. So answer choice C is out, as well as answer choice D. A gardening forum is likely to be used as a mechanism for the exchange of factual information, and it's more narrowly focused, okay? So this is out as well. Let's see, answer choice B. An open source online encyclopedia is a largely anonymous exchange of factual information as well about the world and not oneself, okay? So these are all wrong, and by default, we're left with answer choice A. On the other hand, a chat room where political topics are debated by individuals is most likely to involve personal information. Political topics usually relate to people's personal beliefs, their emotions, their morals, ideas, etc. Okay? So such chat rooms are most similar to Facebook in terms of being able to view personal information about other people. And this is going to be intimate information about their innermost thoughts, okay? And so you're interacting with people in a personal way that doesn't involve having an authentic relationship. So that's why the correct answer is answer choice 1, a chat room where political topics are debated. All right? Okay. One of the following Facebook users would be most concerning? A user who monitors the activity of her 18-year-old daughter who just left for college. B, a user pines after his love interest who doesn't know he exists. C, a user limits her Facebook interactions to only real-life family and friends. Or D, a user markets his comic book company on his profile to attract readers. Definitely press pause if you need to, and I'll give you a moment to think. If you're having difficulty answering, open up a second window to view the reading of the passage, to search for the text support, to select the correct answer choice. All right. In this specific reasoning beyond the text question, you also have to apply the ideas in the passage to the situation presented in the question stem, as well as the situations in the answer choices, okay? And in order to select the correct answer choice, in this particular instance, you have to understand the assumptions underlying the article, all right? So let's first dissect answer choice 1. Okay. The main basis for the author's concerns is that the avatar is not identical with the user. This is a direct quote, okay? Therefore, quote, the other user remains out of sight. The user cannot enter into a direct relation with the other user, only with the other user's avatar. I think it's like at the end of paragraph 3 or 2. It might be 2, okay? And so, although the concerned mother in answer choice A is engaging in unilateral voyeurism on Facebook, she presumably has an authentic relationship with her daughter. If she didn't give her up for adoption or something like that, okay? We're just going to assume they have some sort of knowing of each other and emotional attachment. So this is wrong, okay? Similarly, the person who interacts only with real-life friends and family, as stated in answer choice C, wouldn't be concerning because her Facebook relationships are not limited to only knowing the person represented by their avatar. She actually knows the real-life individual. Okay, so this is wrong as well. The pining meaning, you're suffering mental and physical decline, especially due to a broken heart. So a pining user would be the most concerning of the choices, okay, to the author, because he's watching the avatar and developing strong feelings for someone he doesn't know on a personal level at all. This is really strange. But it kind of sort of happens every day, like on Instagram, Twitter, you name it. So that's why answer choice B is the correct answer choice. Oh yeah, and answer choice D, the author's main concern about inauthentic relationships doesn't seem relevant to using Facebook for marketing. So this is like just way out of pocket. It has nothing to do with anything. So the correct answer choice is answer choice B. A user pines after his love interest who doesn't know he exists. Okay? All right.